Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up entertainment. The Simpsons creator, Matt Groening, slams Fox News at Comic-Con. Matt Groening, the legendary creator of The Simpsons and Futurama, didn't hold back at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. Speaking to a packed audience, the iconic animator delivered a message that's resonating loudly across queer communities and beyond. Quote, delete Fox News, end quote. Groening, known for his sharp satire and cultural foresight, was reflecting on the many eerily accurate predictions made by The Simpsons, including Donald Trump's presidency. Looking ahead, he offered a hopeful vision for the nation's future, predicting that children would, quote, liberate Republican parents from the cult of MAGA, end quote. Groening encouraged fans to take an active step toward the change, saying, quote, grab the TV remote, go to the menu, go to the controls, vertical controls, look for channel list, and delete Fox News, end quote. Fox News, still one of the most watched cable networks in the U.S., has long been accused of promoting far-right narratives. LGBTQ viewers especially have expressed concern as Fox aired over 400 segments mentioning trans athletes in just 4 months, 59 in 1 week alone. Groening's message hits close to home for fans of The Simpsons, a show that itself aired on Fox for decades while famously skewering the network. One 2010 episode featuring a helicopter branded with Fox News, not racist, but #1 with racists. For many LGBTQ Americans, Groening's call isn't just about TV settings, it's about tuning out hate and turning up hope. Well, I was just doing some research, and I can't believe that this show's been on since 1989, so going on 35 years. But every once in a while, when I just need to veg and tune out and have some satire, it's a good escape. And I give Groening credit, especially being on the Fox network, that they have the strength. They bring in an audience, obviously, because they haven't been erased. They're bringing in revenue to keep going, you know, and I think that we need to encourage that as a community with our allies as well on any kind of media, whether it's television, movies, social media. What do you all think?
I mean, we have to remember that when he started it was just Fox Network. It wasn't Fox News.
Yes.
And Fox News isn't news. It just happens to have the word in it because it's not even registered as a news channel. It's registered as an entertainment channel. So, you know, I always thought it was interesting that, you know, he kept on the Fox channel. Now Fox News has spurred off onto its own channel, and, you know, Fox is back to just entertainment. So they've kind of tried to, you know, segregate themselves. But, I'm very happy for people like him and people like South Park who, you know, definitely are putting out content out there that is not necessarily towing the line and waves. And like you said, you know, they're making a lot of money for these networks. So it's kind of like, okay, do we cancel you and lose all that revenue and lose all that audience? Or do we let you kind of play the petulant child, as they would say, in the boardroom and do what you want? Kudos to him.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we did that. Not only was the founder of The Simpsons, you know, speaking out about Fox News, but also we were doing the story on it. You know, when you saw they talked about the 400 cases of trans people, the group that did that is called Media Matter, the group that I actually used to be a researcher for. And, you know, studying, and for those that don't know what Media Matter is, its whole main job is to study Fox News and document it's basically, it's lies. It lies all the time. It is a poison on our society. And people don't always understand how Fox, you know, it was created by a Republican operative specifically to prevent a situation like what happened to Nixon, where the media was like, oh, you're a crook, we need to do something about it. They wanted to make sure there was an opposite, you know, Fox calls itself fair and balanced. It was the first group to really start that pretend to be what it's not. And as we've all seen, you know, Donald Trump has taken it to a whole new level. And it was all, you know, Fox is why we have Donald Trump and why we have the entire political landscape we have now. You know, anytime you think about a right-wing conspiracy theory, it might not have started at Fox News, but it gets amplified by Fox News.
Well, and like they, you know, it says they are the largest watched, which doesn't surprise me at all, because, you know, again, a lot of us grew up watching The Simpsons, you know, and the Married with Children and all those shows that, you know, didn't have anything. So you grow up watching that. So then you just then get indoctrinated into, oh, Fox News was there. And now Fox News is its own major channel 24 hours a day. And so you just go, oh, well, I've been watching it since I was a kid. And you end up being brainwashed and poisoned. So it doesn't surprise me that, they have such a far reach, unfortunately. Well, that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.